has the sound of a plastic carrier latch clicking shut, followed by a dramatic cat yowl. Ah, yes, the sound that strikes fear into the hearts of cat parents everywhere. The moment you bring out the box of doom, also known as the cat carrier, your sweet, purring lap cat suddenly transforms into a ninja warrior, a master of disguise who can vanish into thin air, or a furry puddle of boneless defiance. Does it feel like your cat is plotting your demise every time you mention the VET? You're not wrong, but maybe it's not personal. What if I told you that you might be making a few tiny mistakes that turn a simple checkup into a scene from a horror movie? In this video, we're going to expose the common blunders and give you the ultimate cheat codes to make your next vet visit shockingly peaceful. Seriously, so grab your furry overlord. Gently, of course. And let's dive in. First, tell me in the comments, what's your cat's name and their vet visit alter ego? I want to hear about all the Houdinis and the drama queens. So, why does your cat act like you're taking them to the end of the world? It's not because they're dramatic. Okay, maybe a little. But it's mostly instinct. Cats are creatures of habit and masters of their own territory. Their entire universe is your home, a predictable kingdom where they know every scent, every sound, and every prime napping spot. The vet's office is the exact opposite. It's a terrifying alien planet filled with the ghosts of 1,000 stressed-out animals, weird chemical smells, and strange humans who want to poke and prod them. For a cat, leaving their safe space is stressful enough. Being taken to a place that assaults all their senses is their worst nightmare. It's not you they hate. It's the complete and utter chaos that messes with their primal need for control and security. Understanding this is the first step to changing the game. Alright, let's talk about mistake number 1. The carrier is a monster that only appears during bad times. Think about it from your cat's perspective. This plastic box shows up once a year, and every time it does, they get stuffed inside, go on a shaky car ride, and end up in a bright, loud room where a stranger touches their private parts. Of course they hate it. The solution? Turn the carrier from a haunted house into a luxury condo. You need to destigmatize it. Start by leaving the carrier out in your living room all the time. Just leave it there, with the door wide open. Let it become a boring, normal piece of furniture. Your cat's curiosity will eventually win. They'll sniff it, maybe rub against it, and eventually realize it's not an active threat. This passive exposure is the absolute foundation for a stress-free vet trip. If the carrier is just that weird box in the corner, it loses half its power to induce panic when it's time to actually go somewhere. It's a long game, but it's the most important one you'll play. Once the carrier is a permanent fixture, it's time for step 2 of our luxury condo renovation. You need to make it the coolest spot in the house. The goal is to build positive associations. Put their favourite super soft blanket inside. Toss some high-value treats in there randomly throughout the day. Not just when you're trying to lure them in, but just because. Let them discover a delicious chicken treat in there on a lazy Tuesday afternoon. You can even try feeding them their meals near, and then eventually inside the carrier. The door stays open, always. This isn't a trap. It's a VIP lounge. You want your cat to think, hey, this box is where the good stuff happens. The comfiest naps, the tastiest snacks. Maybe this place isn't so bad. You're essentially rewriting the carrier's terrible reputation in your cat's brain, one positive experience at a time. Patience is key here. Don't force them inside. Let them explore and claim it as their own little safe haven. Now let's bring in the secret weapon of cat whisperers everywhere, synthetic pheromones. This sounds super scientific, but it's basically chill vibes in a bottle. Products like Feliway mimic the natural pheromones cats release when they feel safe and secure, like when they rub their cheeks on you or the corner of the sofa. They're basically leaving little invisible "I'm happy here" messages by spraying a pheromone spray inside the carrier and on their bedding. About 15 to 20 minutes before you need to use it, you're creating a calming scent environment. To your cat, it smells like home and safety. It tells their little kitty brain, hey, relax. This place has been pre-approved by a happy cat. It's not a magic bullet, but it can significantly lower their baseline anxiety levels. Think of it as aromatherapy for your feline. It helps take the edge off and makes them more receptive to your other calming efforts. It's a simple step that makes a huge difference in their perception of the scary plastic box. Okay, so the carrier is now a 5-star hotel. What's next? You have to address the other part of the horror show, the car ride. This is where practice makes perfect comes in. You need to break the association that carrier plus car equals vet. Start with baby steps. Once your cat is comfortable hanging out in their carrier at home, close the door for just a few seconds, then open it and give them a treat. Work your way up to picking up the carrier, walking around the room, and then putting it back down, all followed by praise and treats. The next stage is the car. Just take the carrier to the car, place it securely inside, and then immediately bring it back inside for a reward. No engine start, no movement. The goal is to make these little trips completely uneventful. Once they're cool with that, you can try starting the engine for a moment. Then, a short trip down the driveway and back. Eventually, a trip around the block that ends with a delicious treat back at home, not at the vet. This slowly desensitizes them to the motion and sounds of the car. Let's talk strategy, specifically food strategy. This might sound a little mean, but trust me, it's for their own good. Consider playing the Hunger Games a few hours before the appointment. I'm not talking about starving your cat, absolutely not. But if their appointment is in the afternoon, maybe skip their morning meal or give them a much smaller portion. Why? Because a slightly hungry cat is a much more motivated cat. This makes your high-value treats, the really good stuff like lickable treats or tiny pieces of tuna, about 1,000,000 times more effective. When you're trying to lure them into the carrier, distract them during the car ride, or keep them calm during the exam, a super desirable treat can work like magic. It's much harder for a cat who just finished a giant breakfast to be tempted. This simple trick leverages their natural instincts and turns food into your most powerful tool for positive reinforcement and distraction during a stressful time. Sometimes, no amount of training or treats is enough for a severely anxious cat. And that's okay. Don't feel like a failure. For some cats, the fear is so deeply ingrained that they need a little extra help. This is where you talk to your vet about chill pills. There are many options, from natural calming supplements with ingredients like L-theanine to prescription anti-anxiety medications like gabapentin. These aren't knockout drugs. They are designed to simply take the edge off their fear, making the experience less traumatic for them. Your vet can recommend the right option and dosage for your cat's specific needs. The key is to do a trial run at home first. You want to see how your cat reacts to the medication in a safe environment before you add the stress of a car ride and a vet visit. This ensures there are no weird side effects, and you know exactly how sleepy or relaxed they might get. It's a compassionate choice for cats with extreme anxiety. The moment of truth has arrived. It's time to get the cat into the carrier. Many people make the mistake of chasing their cat around the house, creating a massive panic-fueled wrestling match that stresses everyone out. This is the pre-visit ambush, and we want to avoid it. Instead of a frontal assault, try a stealth operation. If you've done your homework and the carrier is a happy place, you might be able to simply lure them in with a treat. But if they're still suspicious, there's a better way. Calmly and quietly, get your cat and the carrier into a small room with few hiding places like a bathroom. Close the door. This isn't for punishment. It's to limit their escape routes. Then, try the vertical approach. Tip the carrier on its end so the door opens upwards. Gently pick up your cat, holding their front and back legs securely, and lower them backwards into the carrier. They have fewer opportunities to brace their paws and fight you this way. It's fast, efficient, and way less stressful than a chase scene. Not all carriers are created equal. Choosing your weapon, carrier, wisely can make a world of difference. While soft-sided carriers are lightweight, hard-sided plastic carriers often provide a more stable, secure feeling for the cat. But the real game changer is the design. Look for a carrier that has a top-loading door in addition to the front one. Why? Because as we just discussed, lowering a cat into a carrier from the top is infinitely easier than trying to shove a resistant, splayed-out cat through a small front door. It's gravity-assisted. Even better, look for a carrier where the entire top half unclips and lifts off. This is a godsend at the vet's office. Instead of having to awkwardly pull a terrified cat out of the carrier, the vet can simply remove the top, allowing your cat to stay in the familiar, safe bottom half for much of the examination. This minimises handling stress and gives your cat a sense of security. Just like you'd pack a diaper bag for a baby, you should have a go bag for your cat's vet visit. Don't just show up with a cat in a box. Being prepared can help you manage their stress in the moment. First, pack a familiar blanket or towel that smells like home. That familiar scent is incredibly comforting in a strange environment. You can use it to cover the carrier during the car ride and in the waiting room, which helps block scary sights. Next, bring the big guns. The highest value treats your cat goes absolutely bonkers for. Lickable treats in tubes are perfect for this, as they can be a great distraction during the exam. Also consider bringing a favourite toy just in case. Finally, have your cat's medical records or a list of your concerns ready for the vet. Being organised means you'll be less flustered, which brings us to our next point. This might be the hardest tip to follow, but it's one of the most crucial. Your vibe is their vibe. Cats are incredibly sensitive to our emotions. They are masters at reading our body language, our tone of voice, and even our heart rate. If you are stressed, anxious, and expecting the worst, your cat will pick up on it immediately. They'll think, "Oh no, my giant, all-powerful human is scared. There must be a very good reason to panic." So, you need to be the calm leader they need. Speak in a low, soothing voice. Move slowly and deliberately. Breathe. I know it's hard when you're anticipating the yowling and potential bloodshed, but your calm energy is a powerful tool. Put on some relaxing music on the way to the vet. Do whatever you need to do to stay centered. Your cat is looking to you for cues. If you project confidence and calm, you are sending them the message that everything is going to be okay. We've prepped the cat and we've prepped ourselves. Now let's survive the journey, the car ride from heck. The key here is to create a stable, sensory-managed environment. First, secure the carrier. Don't let it slide around on the seat with every turn. The best way is to place it on the floor behind the passenger seat or buckle it in with a seatbelt. A shaky, unstable ride is terrifying for them. Second, manage the sensory input. Cover the carrier with that blanket from home. This blocks the scary, fast-moving scenery and muffles some of the noise. It creates a dark, den-like space. And speaking of noise, think about the audio. Skip the heavy metal or loud talk radio. Play some soft, classical music, or even a podcast with a calm speaking voice. The goal is to make the car a boring, non-threatening bubble, not a roller coaster of terror. The less stressful the journey, the less wound up your cat will be upon arrival. You've made it. You've arrived at the vet fortress, but your job isn't done. The waiting room can be a major source of stress. It's often loud, crowded, and full of the scents of other animals, especially dogs. A barking dog can send an already anxious cat's stress levels through the roof. So what do? Call ahead. When you book your appointment, ask if they have a cat-only waiting area. Many cat-friendly practices do. If not, ask if you can wait in your car until the exam room is ready. Most clinics are happy to accommodate this. They can just call or text you when it's your turn. This allows you to completely bypass the waiting room chaos. If waiting in the car isn't an option, then you'll have to brave the lobby, but we have a strategy for that too, and it's our next point. If you absolutely must wait in the main lobby, you need to play defence. First, find the quietest corner you can, as far away from other animals, especially dogs, as possible. Your goal is to create a personal bubble of safety for your cat. The second and most important rule of the waiting room game is never put the carrier on the floor. To a cat, the floor is the most vulnerable place to be. It's where big, scary dogs walk around and sniff. Being on the floor is extremely intimidating. Instead, keep the carrier on your lap or place it on an empty chair next to you. This elevated position gives your cat a sense of security and a better vantage point. Keep the carrier covered with your familiar-smelling blanket to block the view of other pets and reduce sensory overload. Your calm presence and these simple actions can make the wait significantly less terrifying for your furry friend. You are your cat's voice. You are their advocate. From the moment you check in, communicate clearly with the vet staff. Don't just say your cat is here for a checkup. Say, "Hi, this is Fluffy, and she gets very anxious at the vet. We're working on making it a more positive experience for her." This simple statement changes everything. It alerts the staff that they need to be more mindful, gentle, and patient. Ask if they have a designated cat-friendly exam room. These rooms often don't have the lingering scent of dogs and may include calming diffusers. A good veterinary team will appreciate this information and will likely adjust their approach. They might move you into an exam room more quickly, handle your cat more slowly, or use low-stress techniques. Don't be shy. Clear communication is the foundation of a good partnership with your vet, and it's essential for your cat's well-being. You're finally in the quiet sanctuary of the exam room. Now what? Resist the urge to immediately yank your cat out of the carrier. That's a hostile act in their eyes. Instead, place the carrier securely on the floor or the exam table and simply open the door. Then, be patient. Let your cat decide when they're ready to come out and explore. Don't reach in and pull them out. This gives them a crucial sense of control over the situation. If you have one of those carriers where the top comes off, this is its time to shine. Just take the top off and let your cat sit in the familiar bottom half. The vet can often perform much of the initial exam while the cat is still sitting in their safe space. Forcing a cat out of the carrier immediately puts them on the defensive and starts the appointment on a negative, fearful note. Letting them emerge on their own terms sets a tone of respect and patience. One of the most valuable tools in a low-stress vet visit is a simple towel or blanket. The burrito wrap, or kitty burrito, isn't just a cute meme. It's a legitimate handing technique that can make cats feel incredibly secure. The gentle, firm pressure of being swaddled can have a calming effect similar to swaddling a baby. It also safely restrains them, preventing them from scratching you or the vet staff out of fear. This allows the vet to conduct the exam, like checking ears, listening to the heart, or giving a vaccination, much more efficiently and safely. You can bring a towel from home that already smells familiar, which adds an extra layer of comfort. Ask your vet or a technician to show you the proper way to do it. It's not about immobilizing them forcefully. It's about providing a secure, comforting hug that keeps everyone safe. It's a game changer for nervous cats. Never underestimate the power of a well-timed, delicious distraction. This is where your pre-packed, high-value treats come into play. Lickable treats in tubes like churu or tiki cat sticks are pure gold in a vet setting. They are easy to administer and cats find them irresistible. While the vet is listening to your cat's heart, you can offer the tube for them to lick. While they're getting their temperature taken, that delicious paste can be the perfect distraction. It redirects their focus from the scary procedure to the amazing, tasty reward. This technique is a form of counter-conditioning. You're helping to build a new association. Vet's office doesn't just mean scary pokes. It also means I get that amazing fish goo I love so much. It turns a negative experience into a potentially neutral or even positive one. Always have a secret stash of the good stuff ready. Remember, you are the client, and more importantly, you are your cat's protector. If you feel like things are moving too fast, or the vet is handling your cat in a way that is escalating their fear, you have the right to speak up. It is perfectly okay to say, "Could we please take a short break for a moment? He seems very stressed." Or, "Is there a different way we could try holding him?" A good veterinarian will respect your input and work with you to find a solution. You know your cats better than anyone. If their fear is turning into aggression, it's better to pause and reset than to push through and make the situation worse. Advocating for your feline friend doesn't make you a difficult client. It makes you a responsible and loving pet owner. A good vet clinic will see it as a sign that you are a dedicated partner in your cat's health care. Cats are subtle creatures. They often whisper their anxiety before they start screaming it. Learning to read these subtle signs of stress can help you intervene before your cat reaches their breaking point. It's not just about hissing and growling. Look for the early warning signs. Are their pupils huge and black? Are their ears flattened to the side or back, like little airplane wings? Are they licking their lips or nose repeatedly when there's no food around? Is their tail twitching frantically at the tip? Or is it tucked tightly against their body? These are all signals that your cat's stress level is rising. When you see these signs, it's a cue to slow down, offer a distraction, or ask the vet for a brief pause. Recognizing their discomfort and responding to it shows your cat that you understand them and are there to protect them, which can strengthen your bond and make future visits easier. You survived! The exam is over and you're heading home. But the experience isn't over for your cat. Now it's time for the apology tour. Your job is to make the return home as positive and calming as possible. Once you're back inside, open the carrier door in a quiet room and let them come out on their own time. Don't force them. Some cats will bolt and hide, while others might want immediate comfort. Let them dictate the pace. Offer them a special meal or their favourite treats. Speak to them in a calm, reassuring voice. Most importantly, if they want to be left alone to decompress under the bed for a few hours, let them. They've just been through a majorly stressful event, and they need time to shake it off and feel in control of their environment again. Ending the experience on a positive, respectful note helps to repair any damage done and reinforces that home is, and always will be, their ultimate safe space. So there you have it. The secret is out. A vet visit doesn't have to be a declaration of war on your feline overlord. By turning the carrier into a safe space, being their calm and prepared advocate, and understanding their world, you can transform the experience for both of you. It's not about finding one magic trick. It's about a combination of preparation, patience, and empathy. Remember, in that strange, loud vet's office, you are their anchor. You are their trusted protector. Despite all their hilarious and sometimes frustrating quirks, we love these little fluff balls more than anything, and helping them feel safe is one of the most important things we can do for them. Thank you so much for watching, cat moms and cat dads. If these tips helped you, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more feline wisdom, and share it with a friend whose cat also turns into a tiny tornado at the vet. Now for my final question. What is the one tip from this video you are definitely going to try next time? Let me know in the comments below.